Hi, Assalamualaikum. So see you again in chapter 1. This is video number 2. Okay. So in this video, we're going to continue our remaining learning objective. In video 1, we already covered concept of management, the definitions of management, and also the definitions of organization, the management functions or the process or activities of management, the 4 functions of management, POLC, planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Managerial performance, we determine how whether the manager are being efficient or effective. So in this video, we're going to continue with the levels of the managers, also the skills that they need to have, and the managerial roles. Okay. So let's see the managerial levels. Inside the organization, there are a lot of managers. Okay, so all of these managers, we can group them into 3 levels. Okay, so the lowest level, we call it as the lower level management, or we can also call them as the first level of management. Okay, at the middle, we have the middle level management, and on top of the pyramid is the top level management. So who are these managers? Okay, so for the lower level management, okay, these managers, they direct and support work on non-managerial personnel, okay, such as making short-term operating decision, okay, for example supervisor. So for the lower level management, okay, the positions for this manager usually will be the supervisor. Okay, so usually the supervisor, they will have direct interactions, okay, with the operating employees. Okay, for example, when you go to McDonald's, okay, you will notice there will be supervisor. Okay, so this supervisor is the lower level management or lower level manager, where they will instruct, direct, show the employees on how to do all those tasks. Okay. For the middle level management, okay, this manager will interpret top management directives into operating plans, making implementation decisions. Okay, so this middle manager, okay, they will interpret whatever instruction planning by the top management, okay, so that they can convey it to their subordinate. Okay, for example, marketing manager, human resource manager, admin manager, finance manager. Okay, and the last one, the top level management. Okay, so this type of manager, they will establish objectives, policy, and strategy. They will make long-term decisions. Okay, so for example, their position is CEO, president, general manager, chairman, CFO, and all that. So usually this top level management, they will only do the objective. We plan for the organization, what they want to do with the organization, what are the objective, the policy, what they want to fulfill. Okay, so they come up with the all the thinking, and then they will convey it to the middle level management. Okay, okay, so next, of course, as manager, all of them need to have skills. Okay, to become a manager, you need skills. Okay, there are 3 types of skills that the manager should have. Okay, technical skills, human skills, and also conceptual skills. Okay, what it means by technical skills? Okay, technical skills is the ability to utilize the knowledge of tools, techniques, and procedures that are specific to a particular field. Okay, ability to utilize the knowledge and tools, meaning that as a manager, okay, you must know on how to operate the machine, use the machine, how to do all those tasks, okay, so that you will be able to show to your employee on how to do it. Okay, so you must know, you must have the technical skill. Okay, also as a manager, you also need the human skills, okay? The ability to work effectively with one's own work group as well as others within the organization, meaning that as a manager, you must know on how to connect with other people, how to talk with other people, okay? The human skill, how to get connected, how to communicate with other people, because you as the manager, you have to constantly work with your employee, motivate them, direct them, lead them, okay? And the last skills that you must have, you as the manager, okay, is the conceptual skills, okay? The ability to process information about the internal or external environment of the organization and determine its implication. So conceptual skill here means that you must be able to process the information. First, of course, you need to get the information, whether it from the internal or external environment. Internal and external environment here, referring to internal, mean that inside the organization, you must get all the information inside the organization, and then you must digest, process the information so that it will become beneficial to your organization. Same thing with the external environment. Okay, external environment here means that all the information that you gather, you get outside the organization. Okay, the information might come from your might come from your competitors, government policies, customer. Okay, so you need all this information. Okay, process the information, make it useful for your organization. So these are the three skills that a manager must have. Okay, however, how much skill that this manager needs? Okay, just now we learned that there are three types of managers: the first line manager or the lower level manager, the middle manager, and also the top manager. And all these three managers, they need the three types of skills: conceptual skill, human skill, and technical skill. However, for all these different levels of management, of course, they need the skills a little bit, the how much skills that they need is a bit different. Okay, so for the first line manager, okay, they need the most is the technical skill compared to human skill and also conceptual skill. Okay, then this one is the conceptual skill. Okay, but they need the most is the technical skill. Okay, technical skill means that as the first line manager, since they always work with the operating employees. Okay, so of course this skill is beneficial, is very important for the first line, since that they have to show to the employees on how to do all the tasks. Okay, so when you want to show it to your employees, of course you must have the skill, you must know on how to do it. Okay, while for the middle manager, okay, they need the most is the human skill. Okay, because as the middle manager, you will translate all the planning, okay, objective by the top manager to your lower level employees. Okay, so you need the most is the human skill, because you have to communicate with them. Okay, and for the top management, they need the most is the conceptual skill. The management is the top management, so they must know, they must be able to think ahead of their employees. Okay, so that's why they need the most is the conceptual skill and a little bit of human skill, and the least one is the technical skill. Okay, so if you see here that different levels of manager, they will need the same skills, however in different quantity. Okay, next one is the Minsberg's manager rules. Minsberg is a scholar, so Minsberg has come up with the roles that the manager have to play. Okay, we as human, we have a lot of roles that we have to play in our life. Okay, for example, you need to play your role as a student, as a son or daughter to your parents, as a siblings, brother, sister, and so on, as a friend, and so on. Same thing as manager. They also need to play a different types of roles. Okay, so according to Minsberg, there are three types of roles, three categories. Okay, we can categorize all the roles into three categories: the interpersonal rules, the informational rules, and the decisional rules. Okay, interpersonal rules: the manager's responsibility for managing relationships with organizational members and other constituents. Okay, so the keywords here is the interpersonal, meaning that how you maintain your relationship between you and other people. That is the interpersonal. The next one is informational roles, come from the words information. Okay, the manager's responsibility for gathering and disseminating information to the stakeholders of the organization. Okay, information means that the manager will be responsible to get all the information and to disseminate, to distribute all the information to the stakeholders of the organization. Stakeholders here referring to the people who get affected with whatever decisions by the organization, such as the employee, the supplier, the customer, and so on. Okay, and the last roles, okay, is the decisional roles. Okay, the keywords here is the decision. Okay, the manager's responsibility for processing information and reaching conclusion. Okay, so here the manager, of course, you need to make a lot of decisions. Okay, so you will decide. Yes, that's part of your roles. Okay, so these three roles we can divide it. First, we look into the interpersonal roles. Okay, under interpersonal roles, there are three types. Okay, figurehead, leader, and liaison. Okay, figurehead is represent the organizations in managerial capacity as head of unit. Figurehead is when you go, you will play the role as a figure to your organization, such as when there are certain ceremonies, so you will be the figure that we associate the certain ceremony and so on. Okay, interpersonal role also leader. Okay, you play the role as a leader, a person who is responsible for hiring, training, and motivating your subordinates or employees, and also as a liaison. Liaison is a person who performs and interacts with other people outside the organization, such as suppliers, customers, and competitors. Okay, meaning that as a liaison, you will go out, meet people, interact with them, maintain the good relationship with other people. Okay. The second one, we have the informational rules. Okay, informational rules is related with the information. Okay, the first one we have is monitor. Okay, seeks and receives information from internal and external environment, meaning that you will play the role as a monitor. Monitor meaning that you will look out for the information, you will receive the information, whether it's from internal, inside the organization, or outside the organization. The second one is as a disseminator. Okay? After filtering the information, managers will transmit information received to the employees. After you monitor, after you gather, you receive all the information, now you will disseminate, distribute the information. Okay? The related information which you think will benefit the organization, the employees, that you will convey it to your employees. Okay, and the last one is the spokesperson. Managers as spokesperson will transmit information to outsiders. So not only that you will convey the information to your people inside the organization, you will also need to distribute information to the outsiders. So when you distribute, you talk to people outside of your organization, you will play your role as the spokesperson. Okay, next, the last one is the decisional rules. Okay, so under decisional rules, we have 4 rules. Okay, entrepreneur, resource allocator, disturbance handler, and also negotiator. Entrepreneur, think and act as an entrepreneur. Okay, entrepreneur is the person, okay, who will think about making profit for the organization or what best for the organization. So as a manager, you must always think what can benefit, okay, or increase your profit to the organization. Okay, you will also need to decide as a resource allocator. Manager is responsible in allocating the resources of the organization. Okay, so you will decide, you will make decisions about the resources. Resources here mean that, for example, employee. Employee is one of the resources of the organization. So you will decide how many employees that you're gonna employ. Do you need this much employee, or do you need to release some of your employees? How much capital that you need, how much money, how many machines that you need? So you are the one who going to decide. Okay, the third one is the disturbance handler. Okay, responsible for correcting actions when organization faces important unexpected disturbance. Okay, mean that if there are any problems, okay, incurred inside the organization, outside the organization, you as the manager need to play the role as the disturbance handler. Mean that you have to handle all these disturbance that happened. Okay, and the last one, you also need to play the role as the negotiator. Okay, responsible for representing the organization at major negotiations. Okay, mean that you have to negotiate. Okay, so usually we're gonna negotiate that will bring benefit for the organization. So when you negotiate, of course you need to think, make decision for the best of the organization. So that's it for chapter 1. I'm gonna see you again in chapter 2. Hope you understand everything in chapter 1.